What you're looking at is the Sandown entity. We think it's roughly the same age range as a human adult, but we don't actually know. The head structure is porcelain-like, yet flexible. The skin tests closer to silicone than anything on Earth. It communicates in tones and symbols, mostly through that wand, which emits radio pulses.
Right, you're looking at the puka. Local word just means ghost or spirit, but this one's very much flesh and blood. Stood up, he's just over 2 meters, and you can see the length in the hind legs, built for bursts of speed like a hare. The coat's coarse, almost woolly.
Alright folks, what you're looking at there is what's known in the old records as a woodwose or wild man. They're largely solitary, keep to deep woodland. This lad was first spotted in the Chilterns, moved here so we can study him safely. See the shoulders and the long arms, built for climbing and pulling down branches. The hair gives... What you're looking at is the animal locals call the Beast of Dean. She's a melanistic big cat, likely descended from an old collection that was released in the 70s. Stands about 70 centimetres at the shoulder, weighs close on 30 kilos, and can sprint up to 40 miles an hour over short distance.
Right folks, just over the fence there you'll see our resident wolver. See the wolf hide and the rest of him near human? He's no a threat, never has been. Local stories say they're always kindly, fond of fishing more than fighting. He likes that boulder for sitting watching the hills. Gives folk a fish or two if you're patient enough.
What you're looking at here is the so-called Beast of Tunbridge Wells, thought to be a big cat hybrid. Look at the size of those shoulders, the width of the paws. He came to us after being sighted for years in the Weald. He weighs just over 100 kilos.
Right, so this lad you're looking at is what locals have dubbed the Lincolnshire Dogman. He's roughly 7.5 feet when he stands up straight, double jointed at the knees and shoulders, very fast over short distances.
So, what you're looking at is Amphir the Athmore, the big grey man of Ben McDooey. Stands just over 8 feet, far taller when he straightens, but he's more comfortable with that hunch. The hair keeps him warm on the plateau. Thick as peat eye and it mutes his scent. Locals used to say he'd...
That's in there, black shuck. You can see how the eyes catch whatever bit of light's going. In the old tales they'd say it was fire itself.
He's huge.
Stands near 90 pounds, all muscle and coat. The breed's a mystery, part mastiff, part something wild. Folks around...
Right, just through the glass there, that's our owlman. He's a nocturnal hybrid, part human, part barn owl. About 2 meters from talon to crown, you can see the inverted knees and the elongated arm wings. Those talons are powerful enough to split seasoned wood.
This is the old one herself, Black Annis. Legend says she lived in a cave up in the Dane Hills of Leicestershire, skin the colour of midnight frost. Note the claws, she was said to use them to scrape out her home in the sandstone. Villagers warned children to be indoors before dusk, else she'd snatch them away and hang their skins from the branches of an oak near.
This is the so-called pig man of Cannock Chase. You can see the flattened snout there, almost like a wild boar's, and the heavy set shoulders. He tends to move halfway between 2 legs and all fours, and those tusks you can just make out on the lower...
Aye, that's our gliding there. This one's about 17 feet from snout to tail, but we reckon she's still young. See the ridges running the length of the neck? They help her slice through the water, like the keel of a boat. Those flippers can push her up to 15 knots when she wants to.
What you're looking at is the Morgor, a deep water reptile native to the Cornish coast. Fossil records suggest its lineage is older than the dinosaurs, yet this individual was found very much alive in 1985, tangled in a trawler's nets.
This is specimen UB85, nicknamed the Atrocity. She measures just over 11 metres from snout to tail fork, though you'll see the tail comes round on itself. The scars along the jaw, those were present when she was recovered from the trawler net off Iceland in 2003.
What you're looking at here is our Lizzie, the so-called lake monster. She's about 4.5 metres from nose to tail, though the tail alone makes up nearly half of that. The long neck lets her sweep through reed beds for fish, and you can see those barbels round the snout.
Now, if you look just behind the driftwood there, you'll see her head coming round. That's Morag, the Lochawe monster, a proper giant eel. She measures a touch over 17 feet from nose to tail. 17? Aye. And still growing, believe it or not.